Florida. Why did Governor Ron DeSantis veto all $32 million of the state's arts and culture funding? Oh, we know why. Because of one independent theater festival.
The Fringe Festival, which is like a sexual festival where they're doing all this stuff, and it's like...
According to DeSantis's communications director, Brian Griffin, we know who's to blame for this dramatic loss of funding: the Tampa International Fringe Festival. But artists who have staged their work there have a message for the many Florida nonprofits who were impacted. It's our fault.
When I staged my current event sketch comedy show at the Tampa International Fringe Festival, I didn't know I would be responsible for an orchestra camp losing its Florida state funding.
When I staged my traumatic immigrant coming-of-age story at the Tampa Fringe, I didn't know I would be responsible for a flamenco dance company losing their Florida state funding.
When I came to Florida to do my comedy storytelling shows, I didn't know that I'd be taking funding away from an avant-garde sculpture park. I didn't know.
When I brought my family-friendly magic show to the Tampa Fringe, I didn't know that I'd be taking Florida state funding from a children's puppet theater.
When I staged my abstract comedy about McDonald's at the Tampa Fringe, I didn't know I would be responsible for a history museum losing its Florida state funding.
When I staged my sexual clowning satire of academia at the Tampa International Fringe Festival, I didn't know that I would be responsible for an opera production losing their Florida state funding.
Als ich dieses Jahr beim Tampa Fringe Festival meine Stand-up-Comedy-Show zum Thema Deutschland aufgeführt habe, hatte ich keine Ahnung, dass eine Theatertruppe wegen mir ihre staatliche Förderung verliert.
When I staged my Florida political satire at this year's Fringe, I had no idea that I would be responsible for all these sexual festivals losing all this stuff. I'm sorry.
Also, tut mir wirklich leid.
I'm so sorry.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
I didn't know. I'm sorry for that.
As you can see, these Tampa Fringe alumni take full responsibility for the sexual festival that led to this devastating blow to our state's arts and culture. We're sorry.
I'm sorry.
This message has not been approved by the producers of Captain Havoc and the Big Titty Bog Witches.